Welcome to Focus On. I am Sean Wendt, and joining me today is Rowdy Dawg Tom, a folk singer. It's a pleasure to have you here on the show.
It's nice to be here, Sean.
All right. Now, before we go too far, I just got to know, where did the name Rowdy Dawg Tom come from?
Actually, I had a couple of friends, and we called one of them Rowdy Dawg, and another friend by the name of Tom, who was in the Navy, and so I kind of threw the two together, and it kind of worked.
Wow. So, you have a new album coming out pretty soon, the Songs from the Great Lake Huron?
Yeah, that's correct. We don't have a release date for that yet, as when it's going to be, like next week or next month or something like that, but hopefully pretty soon, within the next six months or so.
And this right here is the cover right here.
Uh-huh. That's exactly right. Yeah, my daughter did that cover.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
She wanted to do something for her dad. She wanted to have a part of the record, you know, so. And so that kind of goes with, like, the music that I do. It's kind of family oriented. It deals with friends, relatives, and that kind of thing, and sailors of the Great Lakes, and it kind of goes on from there.
All right. So, so one of your songs, the Fort Gratiot Light, you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, Steve Williams from the museum wanted to take the lighthouse from the Coast Guard and make it a museum piece, because the Coast Guard was going to shut the light down, and they weren't going to maintain it like they would if it was a Coast Guard piece anymore. So Mr. Williams hurried up and decided to make it a piece of history, which it is. It is a piece of history. Built in 1829 was the first lighthouse, which disappeared into the river there, and then they had to rebuild it.
All right. So I heard you were going to play it for us now, or?
Yes, I'd like to do that song there. This one's called The Fort Gratiot Light.
All right.
Down to Lake Huron on a cold, foggy night, as there lies our heritage, the Fort Gratiot Light. And all through the ages, may you guide sailors the way, when your fair weathered skies turn to a stormy gray, turn to a stormy gray. All through the night, with a beacon burning bright, is a Fort Gratiot Light. Then, as a young man, I've sailed the lake many times, and there did rely on the winds, the waves, and the light. But now, as an old man, I've changed the course of my life. I've weathered all the storms by trusting the Fort Gratiot Light, trusting the Fort Gratiot Light. And all through the night, with a beacon burning bright, it's a Fort Gratiot Light. Through the night, with a beacon burning bright, it's a Fort Gratiot Light. With all of the tourists that seem to pass this way. To them, you're a relic, the attraction of the day. Fully automatic, no keepers to climb the stairs. I hail to a passing ship, the sailor stopped to glare. May your light shine from the tower and through the darkest night. I'll always remember the four Gratiot line, the four Gratiot line. Bound to Port Huron on a cold, foggy night, as there lies our heritage, the four Gratiot light, and all through the ages may guide sailors the way. When your fair weathered skies turn to a stormy gray, turn to a stormy gray. And all through the night, with a beacon burning bright, it's a four Gratiot light. And all through the night, with a beacon burning bright, it's a four Gratiot light.
Wow, that was pretty good. I like it.
Thank you very much.
All right.
It's one of those songs I wrote 10 years ago and never finished it.
Oh.
And then one day got it out, changed some chords around, and did some other things to it, and it worked out.
Mm-hmm. And that must be one of the joys of writing your own songs. You can change it as much as you want, can't you?
Yeah, sometimes you have to watch it, though, because you can take a song, and it can be a nice song written already. And I've been told about this by people that's been in the business longer than I have, that, you know, if it works, go with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because if you start messing around with it, you're going to have it to the point where you're going to end up scrapping it out.
All right.
And you're going to have it.
So where are you from, exactly?
I'm from the Port Huron area, lived here all my life. And I was in a couple of bands and didn't work out. Went out to Seattle, didn't work out for me. Came back here, and actually I was a bass player, to be honest with you. Oh. Learned how to play guitar, and I've had so many people saying, you know, you got to play guitar this way, that way, and this way, that I just took it up and kind of worked with it myself, and sat up late nights and came up with the style I have.
Hmm. So another thing I got to ask you, where did the clothes, where those come from? You can't just go like in the mall. I've never found a pair of boots like that in the Finish Line store before, or Foot Locker.
Well, I got to tell you, this is kind of cute. I played a show a long time ago before I played at some local clubs. I played in a friend's barn out in the country, and it was kind of wet and mushy, so I didn't want to get my feet all wet and end up playing in a mid-October Halloween party with cold feet. So I borrowed my dad's boots and wore those out to the gig. The coat is my father's coat. He's passed away now, and he was a country blues musician. He played harmonica and guitar. He had one of those straps where they put the harmonica on and everything like that. He's just a regular pair of jeans and a shirt. And I got to keep my neck warm. And then unfortunately, because of the age, I decided that I wanted to keep my insecurities secure here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's going to happen to all of us.
Oh, I didn't want to make anyone go blind on a sunny day, so
Yeah.
I figured that we could do that. But you know, since I write a lot of sea songs and kind of that sort of thing, it kind of goes with the theme.
All right.
Kind of nautical look. You know, you have a lot of what they call roustabouts, that dock workers and stuff like that wear these kind of hats and that. So we kind of went with it. I thought, what the heck, you know.
Yeah. So, like folk music, how did you come up with the idea to do folk music as a kid?
Well, I started out like everyone else, being a rocker, and decided that when I switched over to playing guitar that I wasn't a rock musician anymore. I suppose I could have probably learned all the rock power chords and all that stuff, but I decided that I wanted to do more of a neater kind of music, something a little different. I really wasn't into country music as far as country. And then I was turned on to a musician by the name of Stan Rogers, who was a Canadian folk singer, and he did a lot of songs about Canadian fishing and stuff like that. And as you know, Lee Murdoch, who was here not too long ago, another one that was doing Great Lakes songs, and Dan Hall was also another musician that was doing Great Lakes music and stuff like that. So it kind of like, hey, you know, this is kind of a growing trend and stuff. So I decided that to look around Port Huron, and there's a lot of history, and of course we have the Highlander Sea now, as you know, as we had the Tall Ships Festival here. Mm-hmm. And so I just thought, hey, this is a growing trend, why not?
All right. And another song that you have for us today, Jenny's Wedding. Could you tell us a little bit about that song?
Okay, that is a mix of two different things. That was an old traditional folk song, Scottish folk song, that I found in Sing Out magazine. And being a traditional song, you can use the choruses and you can rearrange it. So that's what I did, and then I just added the lyrical forms around it for my daughter's wedding.
All right, could you play it for us?
All right, we'll give it a shot here.
All righty.
On we go, heel and heel, toe for toe, arm in arm, and on we go, off for Jenny's wedding. Over hillways, up and down, to the hall we travel, see the bride in her wedding gown, all for the sake of Jenny. Step gaily, on we go, heel and heel, toe for toe, arm in arm, and on we go, off for Jenny's wedding. Cheeks as bright as a rose in bloom, early in the spring, bride and groom hand in hand, wearing golden rings. Step gaily, on we go, heel and heel, toe for toe, arm in arm, and on we go, off for Jenny's wedding. Step gaily, on we go, heel and heel, toe for toe, arm in arm, and on we go, off for Jenny's wedding. Plenty meal, plenty drink, with friends all around. Wedding bells soon to ring, make a joyful sound. Step gaily, on we go, heel and heel, toe for toe, arm in arm, on we go, off for Jenny's wedding. Something old, something new, something borrowed blue, old tradition handed down from me now on to you. Step gaily, on we go, heel and heel, toe for toe, arm in arm, and on we go, off for Jenny's wedding.
Wow.
That's kind of like, well, you know, in the old days when the most popular music wasn't rap or jazz or rock and roll or something like that, they had like their form of a hip hop or something like that was kind of like dance tunes.
Yeah.
But they were more step dance, Irish step dance, Scottish step dance, German dances and stuff like that, polka tunes and that. That was a popular music back in the 1800s. So I kind of took this old Scottish form and the 1800s and kind of brought it up to date and used it for my daughter's wedding.
Cool. So, are you friends with any other folk singers from around the area?
Yes, I am. There's a lot of them out there. And I have a friend, in fact, my producer is one of the gentlemen that when he was a young man, he was traveling around and he was doing folk music, and then of course as he got older and time progressed, he went into rock music. But you know, he plays a mean acoustic guitar. And I'm talking about Patrick James. He's my producer. He produced the album for me. Suicidal Flamingo Records is the label that I'm working with, and I'm happy to be associated with them. The local scene, a great bunch of people, and the local scene has taken rock, jazz, folk, blues, everybody, and combined them all. And I'm just happy to be part of it.
Huh. All right, so who are some of your influences as a kid?
Well, like I had told you earlier in the program, Stan Rogers was.
Oh, yeah.
And as far as maybe rock music goes, I don't know if you guys, this is an old group, so you may not have heard of them, but I was familiar with a band called Jethro Tull. That was my rock band, you might say. The old flying flautist, the man that played the flute there, Ian Anderson. But so basically, those are my influences of stuff I listen to a lot of.
So now, another song that you wrote, Roger Stebbins' Lament.
Yeah.
Is
Well, let me, before we get into that, I just wanted to say something that I worked with a few other tunings on my guitars and stuff like that, experimented with stuff. I've had some good friends, Kevin Bogle, which showed me some tunings on the guitar. It was supposed to be a slide guitar tuning, but I decided that I was not a slide guitarist. So what I decided to do is I fingerstyled the guitar. And as you've noticed with the Jenny's Wedding fingerstyle guitar. So I decided to take that tuning and work with it in a slide guitar, well, in a fingerstyle guitar method, and work with that. And so that's what I'll do now. And what I wanted to say is Roger Stebbins was a young man that liked to go down and see the fishermen fish, and he took my CD down there and let them listen to it. And unfortunately, he passed away at the age of 43. So I'd like to get in to do that song now. And
all right, let's hear it.
we're going to switch guitars here.
Okay.
Okay, this is done on, of course, another Washburn guitar, my favorite. This one's called Roger Stebbins' Lament. This was an old bagpipe song, kind of fingerstyle on the guitar with a different tuning.
That was a wonderful piece of music there.
Yep, and it's funny that a lot of people, when they play guitar, you know, they think it has to be a certain way or something like that. But you know, if you play with it and experiment with it, you can come up with some really interesting stuff. I learned that from a lot of British guys, Martin Simpson, John Renbourn. Those are the guys I listen to a lot of, and CD-wise and stuff like that, and just kind of copy what they did.
All right.
You know.
So, yeah, how long does it normally take you to write a piece like that?
Well, it depends. It depends on the way the day's going, your mood, you know, if you worked all day or something like that. Usually I have short nights because my family goes to bed and I go into my little studio that I built down in my basement, and I'll stay there till 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning working on stuff. Come up and take my kid to school at 7:30 in the morning and start my day from there.
All right. So, so how long have you been singing for, exactly?
Oh, it seems like quite a few years now. When I first started out, I was not a very good singer. I was the most rotten singer, and all the guys used to laugh at me in the band and stuff. They said, well, you know what, you play bass and shut up and just play your bass and we'll do the singing. So I decided that I wanted to take the lead. You know, I wanted to have the lead one, and to do the lead one, I had to be the writer, you know, the producer, whatever, you know, whatever it took to do what I had to do. You know, and if I couldn't do it, I found somebody that could.
All right, so what kind of places have you performed at?
I played out at the Tally Ho with some other friends of mine, and I did a juvenile diabetes benefit last year that my daughters came all the way from Virginia to see me play at. I had my relatives there, and it was really nice to have all those people come out and see me perform, and a few other shows, like I said, with the Boots, way out in the farmland, to keep the feet dry. But I guess anywhere like the folk singers or any musicians that like to gather, and what I wanted to say is about the group of guys that I play with. They let me be myself. They didn't say, you had to be a rock musician, you need to bring an electric guitar. They let me be myself. They let me evolve into what I am. They didn't say, well, you had to play this, or, you know, you got to play all Queen songs, or you got to play all Kansas stuff, or anything like that. Not knocking any musician that does that, of course. But they let me be me and allowed me to develop into what I have developed into, I guess you might say.
All right. So you've mentioned that you've played bass before, and we can see you play guitar. What other instruments are you able to play?
I play a little bit of banjo, mountain style banjo, and not too much of the bluegrass, kind of open back, what they call open back banjo, frailing, claw hammer type of style. I play Anglo concertina, which is a small squeeze box that you might see on board a little sailing ship or something like that. A little bit Irish whistle, a little bit Irish drum. In fact, it was funny because I had just mentioned the fact that musicians that I played with allowed me to be me. Well, I had a little bag like this, like an overnight case, and I used to carry it to all my friends' jams that he had and everything like that. And they used to say, here comes Rowdy Dawg with his bag of tricks. And I'll tell you what, if they wanted some type of weird percussion, I had it in there. So I'd go on, I'd help the drummer out, percussion and stuff like that. A lot of times it worked, sometimes it didn't, so you know.
And this music, does it support you financially? Do you have any other side jobs?
Yep, I have a regular job that I work at. I work at a used car dealership, Michael's Used Cars. Enjoy working there and enjoy all the guys that I work with, and they're a great bunch. Michael's a good man and he's helped me out. I was about ready to lose a job that I had over at another place. They were going under, and he asked me if I wanted to work for him, and I said sure. So he put me to work, and I'm happy to be there.
All right. Well, obviously at the car dealership, they wouldn't want you to wear the your attire.
Oh, no. I'm just the cleaning. I do the cleaning there. I clean the offices and clean the body shop and that. So.
All right. Well, good luck with your album, and it's been a pleasure having you on the show. All right.
Thank you, Sean.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you for watching. Good night.